Welcome to Sparxxx TV.
Right? Welcome back. What is this, episode 4 now? Are we 4 deep?
3.
We're only 3 deep? I was close.
Story of your
I thought
life,
we were,
huh?
yeah, right. Thought we were going for the 4. We're going for the 3.
What are we doing today?
Today, on today's episode, dun, 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 we should have some, like, little music. I need a little synthesizer keyboard.
I'm not good at editing, so we're screwed on that.
Yeah, we're totally screwed. We are going to talk about some fun facts about you and I, because we
Fun
actually
facts.
do have some
Interesting facts.
We have some pretty interesting things about ourselves.
Fictitious.
Yeah, whatever.
Fictitious stuff.
Anywho, we have 4 about each of us individually, and then we have 2 together that are kind of weird, but I think they're fun.
I like your board we got to read off of. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
do you like that? So if you see us looking up this way, it's because we have the board with all the things on here to remind ourselves so we don't forget. Because
We have college degrees. That's one.
I
But
have-
apparently we're not smart enough to remember what we're going
I
to say.
have 2 college degrees.
So do I.
Fun fact. And I still can't have to read off a board because my memory is like...
I just realized I still have my glasses on.
You do. You have your peepers.
That's awkward.
The peepers. He looks good in the peepers. I don't know. Anywho,
Yeah.
we'll start with yours because yours are controversial. So...
Mine are spot on.
No. The entire time I've known this man, he's told me this one fact about himself. Has yet to prove the fact. Even his mother can't prove that. You know how your mom keeps your stuff when you're a kid?
Not my mom.
Not his mom. Can't prove it. I think it's false, but I'll let him tell you what
We
it
moved
is.
30 times when I was a kid, so
Whatever. So, fun fact number 1 about you is...
I'm a published author.
I call BS.
Well,
I call BS.
Why would I make that up? That's the stupidest thing. I'm not a nerd, so why would
I
I make that up?
100%
So
think
it
it's
has to
stupid.
be facts.
I 100% think it's stupid. However, you cannot prove to me that you wrote this book and won some contest and it got published in a magazine because we can't find the magazine.
It's
You
not
can't-
a magazine.
Whatever.
It's a book.
It was-
I'm a published author. What do you
Where's the
thinking?
book? Where's the book? That's all I'm saying.
That's my 8th grade English teacher that I won the contest in.
What is it? What middle school did you go to?
Hook Junior High
Yeah. So if anybody that went to Hook Junior High and knows what the heck he's talking about,
in Southern California.
right? If you went and you saw this magical book that he was published, I totally want to see it. But he says he's a published author,
There's
so
no
we'll,
reason to make that up.
So
Trust
we will
me.
just go with it. His mom kind of verified the story for me, but every time he says it, I just roll my eyes because I think it's
'Cause
the
she's
most
jealous.
I think it's the most insane thing
She's
I've ever
jealous.
heard. Most insane thing I've ever heard.
I'm more
Alright.
popular than she is. That's why.
Anyway, fun fact about me, because I'm number 1 here, is when I was in school, from elementary school all the way to high school, I had perfect attendance.
You are a nerd.
I am a nerd.
See, that's why you wanted my publishing or my.
I am a nerd.
Author
I
status.
literally never missed a day of school. You know, because we started dating when I was a senior in high school. You saw me actually have to go to school. But I found out 1:30 in the afternoon
Oh,
is
you
considered
cheated
a
the
full
system.
day. I did cheat the system. So by the time I was a senior, I realized that when I could drive and 1:30 was a full day. And so even if I didn't feel good or I wanted to go visit him because he was out of high school, all those things.
Don't tell him that. You didn't hear any of that.
I would skip school. I would skip the rest of my classes. But listen, I graduated with like a 3.8 GPA. I was a good student. I was a good student. Anywho.
There's only 100 kids in your
There was
class.
175. Thank you. And I was, under 100. I wasn't the valedictorian, but I wasn't like the last person either. Anywho. So, number 2 for you.
My number 2.
Yes, you're number 2.
I am a professional athlete.
This is actually...
Why is there silence?
Because it's actually true-ish.
Not ish.
Explain the story.
Okay.
Because it's your story and I don't want to take over.
When I was in high school, I had a full ride scholarship to UCLA
As a runner.
as a runner. And I entered a 5K race at the time and I won. And
Yay!
the whopping prize was $100.
This is back before NIL deals were possible.
And somehow it got back to the school that I accepted this money.
Love the papers.
And my scholarship was removed because I was a professional athlete. considered a professional athlete.
For $100, guys.
So,
$100.
I'm the cheapest professional athlete you've ever seen.
However, had that not have happened, he would have never went into the military, never came to Kentucky, and never met me.
Is that another fun fact? I was in the military.
That is a fun, well, it's not really a fun fact, but it's a fact, nonetheless.
That's where I met you.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Oh, thanks. Ooh.
He services me
You
all
call
the
me
time.
sir?
It was the only time you're ever going to get that. Take advantage. But yeah, so see, I think that's what I think is weird is that had that never happened, you would have never met me. So
Yeah.
it was supposed to be. It was destiny. Anyway.
Anywho.
So fun fact about me number 2. It's actually just really weird, and I think when I told you the first time, you were like, "No way," and then we showed you how.
I don't think I listened.
Maybe not.
I didn't comprehend or
but
something.
Then I showed you later after we were married for a while, and you were like, "Oh wow, no, that's really legit." I am actually related to Walt Disney, not anything where I get free tickets to Disney or any kind of money or
not
whatever.
6 degrees separation or anything.
No, like my dad is related to Walt Disney. He went to a family reunion once when he was a little kid, and Walt Disney walked in, and he was like,
well, your
"Whoa!"
grandmother's last name was Disney.
Because my family had Disney in the
That's
name.
what threw me back.
Yeah, but the first time we went to go visit, like, you know how you go and visit.
So an adult star is related to the Disneys.
Shocking!
Nice.
I would love. I really want to get on that show. I was telling somebody the other day. I want to get on that show by Louis Gates, the Finding Your Roots, because I want to get one of those giant books made, so I could see like you're on the TV and you're like, oh, so you're related to Walt Disney. Like it would be so cool. It would be so cool. But it's probably never gonna happen because I don't think they take adult stars on Louis Gates on PBS. They should. I already said my other one, which was 2 college degrees. So that was. Yeah, it is wild. I really do have 2. I promise. I really am educated, even though I don't look or sound like it half the time.
What kind of degree do you got?
Which one? I have a marketing degree. I have a communications degree.
I've got master's degree.
I've got a master's degree. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I have the. I want to get a PhD just so people can call me doctor, but it's too much work. But
every time I get pulled over, you can refer to me as doctor.
Right. So that's my number 3. What is your number 3?
My number 3 kind of goes along the lines of being a professional athlete.
He used to be athletic, guys.
Yeah, you'd never guess. But I have ran 5 marathons.
That is asinine.
5.
That is insane. Nobody in their lifetime should ever do that.
I agree.
He told me he did 1, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then he said, no, I did 4 more. And I was like, what?
Well, my mom wanted to run one, so I ran with her to help her out.
So cute.
I'm that kind of guy.
Yeah.
I took one for the team, literally.
He won't run with me, though, when I go to run.
Well, I'm old now. My legs are shot. If you did as much as I have...
Whatever. Anyway.
You're just now running the first time in your life.
This is true. I am training for a 5K. I'm so proud of myself. Because my last fact is I've lost 110 pounds. Not that you guys didn't notice I was fat before. But thanks for not ever saying anything. I love you. But yeah.
Yep, it's impressive.
I have lost 110 pounds. It's wildly crazy. I am wildly athletic now. I do workouts and lift things.
Twice a day.
Running.
2
Yeah,
a day.
twice a day. I'm doing 2 a days. It's crazy. So I'm super fit now. Super fit lady.
It's impressive. I'm proud of you.
Oh.
I never say that, but there you go.
This is why I've kept him around for so long.
It's pretty impressive.
Guys, he's gonna make me cry. All right, his last fact is a little creepy, so I'll just preface it with that.
That is a little creepy.
It is a little creepy. It's gonna sound scary. He did not go to jail. Just FYI.
Dang, you put it
when
all out there.
Because when I say it, it's gonna sound like you should probably be in jail.
Well,
but it wasn't your fault.
Well, that's
and then
true.
we'll have to explain it.
But the weird fact is I have unalived someone before, and it wasn't a car accident. It was due to my job at the time, which was I worked on the railroad, and I end up hitting a kid that was walking with his back towards us in the middle of the tracks.
That's crazy.
We bounced him off the cow catcher, and I could still hear the noise today.
That is wild.
This was 25 years ago, so it's weird. But
it's crazy. It's crazy. And anybody will tell you that works for the railroad, it will happen in the lifetime of you working for the railroad. It will happen within 8 years. And it was almost literally dead on 8 years.
It was my 8 years.
Yeah. Like it was, I mean, it was like you couldn't get more average if you tried.
And comment below what your interesting facts are about yourself.
Yes.
We'd love to hear about you too. So.
Yeah, 100%. Because I guarantee some of you guys have some really crazy facts about yourself. But yeah, so that was it. We just wanted to share some fun facts with you guys today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Check us out. We'll be back next week. And love you guys. Mwah.
Bye.